it's Mary. I am here today. You might notice I have brown hair now. I had those quarantine roots that were just driving me crazy, so now I'm brunette. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you about 10 types of vintage t-shirts that I never pass up in the thrift store. These are t-shirts that I have had experience reselling. To me, they are ones that are definitely gonna sell. I fell in love with thrifting altogether because of vintage t-shirts. In high school, all I wanted to do was go look for t-shirts. So when I started my Etsy store 10 years ago, it basically was mostly t-shirts. One reason t-shirts are really good to sell is because they're usually one of the most cheapest things you can find in the thrift store. They're lightweight to ship, they're not that big to store. It's just a really good thing to sell if you're trying to start a vintage store, and you can buy them for pretty cheap. I usually, if it's just a generic kind of t-shirt, I'll usually start it around $25 or $30 and then just keep the price going down until someone buys it. I use free shipping now on Etsy. I didn't always, so I do figure in that when I'm pricing it. So it might start more off around 28 than 25. So before I start, go ahead and click the subscribe button and hit the alarm to be notified anytime I make a video, and you'll never miss a thing from me. I also want to specify I'm talking about vintage t-shirts. I'm not sure if these things would sell just as well if they weren't vintage, so just something to keep in mind. And while I'm going through these categories, I'll be having some t-shirts I have sold in these categories pop up right here. Band t-shirts. It seems obvious, but vintage band t-shirts are something you always want to pick up. If you can't get $25 from basically any band t-shirt, I am usually surprised. In, you know, decent condition, of course. You can sell them for $25, and if you have a good one, you can sell it from all the way up to like $200, maybe even more. I know I talked about vintage band t-shirts in the video I made about my most profitable Etsy sales. I will pick up any band musical act t-shirt. Any t-shirt that has to do with a sport team or a college. And I was gonna have those as two different categories, but I put them together because most of the college t-shirts are usually like a sports team also. People like to buy t-shirts from colleges they went to. Obviously, people like to buy t-shirts for teams they like. So this is something that people search for. I think almost every sports or college t-shirt I've ever had in my store has ended up selling. And if it hasn't, it's very rare. So sports and college t-shirts are really good just to fill your store with, if you can. Now, if you can find t-shirts that mix two of these categories together, that's even better. And this Milwaukee Brewers t-shirt fits in the sports team and the category I'm about to tell you. Raglan and Ringer tees. I just love the style of Raglan and Ringer tees. Now, Raglan is the kind that looks like a baseball t-shirt with the different color sleeves and the little collar that's the different color. And then Ringer tees are just the t-shirts that have a collar that is a different color with the sleeves, cuffs, different colors. Awesome. I just think they're both really cute retro looks, and I always pick up any kind of t-shirt I see that is clearly a vintage Ringer or Raglan t-shirt. Now, another t-shirt that combines two of these categories is this Van Halen t-shirt, which is a baseball style t-shirt and a band t-shirt, obviously. And that one sold for $136. And then another one is this Alabama t-shirt, which is a band, and that one sold for $81. So I just think if you can find a band t-shirt that's in the baseball style, I always pick it up. I mean, I'll pick it up if it's not a band t-shirt. You know, I'll pick up any of these categories. So if it's both, that's even double points. T-shirts that have sexual innuendo sayings on them. I don't know, people think it's funny. Just some examples of ones I have sold. The drunker I get, the better you look. Sit on a happy face. I like to snatch kisses and vice versa. Going along with this is shirts for strip clubs and Hooters shirts. I haven't found a ton of Hooters shirts, but any Hooters shirts I have found have sold. Anytime I see a kind of pervy shirt, I'll pick it up. T-shirts that look like tuxedos on a t-shirt. I don't know. Every time I have one of these, it eventually sells sooner than later. These aren't necessarily going to sell for a lot, but every time I have one in my inventory, I sell it. So I always pick them up if I see them. Disney. People love Disney, that's no secret, and it's something people are searching for once again. Anytime it's Disney and it's vintage, I'll pick it up. Harley Davidson or anything to do with motorcycles. People love to buy Harley t-shirts, and even if you find one that's just about like a motorcycle club or a bike week, I will pick it up because someone will usually buy it. Vintage t-shirt with cats on it. People like cats. If you can have a shirt with a cat's giant face on it, lots of little cats, cat tails, cats on the front, cats on the back, all kinds of cats. People love cats. If you see any item of clothing with a cat, I would pick it up because I say it once, I said it 100 times, people like cats. Mystical creatures. Eagles, wolves, moose, elephants, wild animals that have kind of a mystical flair to them. Just weird animal t-shirts in general. Dare or t-shirts about drugs. I have sold every Dare t-shirt that I have ever had in my inventory. If it's not a Dare t-shirt, the t-shirts that are talking about not doing drugs. I'm sure, I guess, t-shirts that are talking about doing drugs people would probably buy too, but these are like, you know, I'm sure it's like people wearing them ironically. Like this one says hugs are not drugs. Another one said you don't need drugs and alcohol to be flying high. I have only found one Princess Diana t-shirt, but I feel like you should just pick up a Princess Diana t-shirt if you ever see one. So I just wanted to throw that in there. So those are my 10 kinds of t-shirts I never pass up if I'm thrifting and see them. If you have any kind of t-shirts that you never pass up, let me know in the comments because obviously I want to keep an eye out for those too. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am ready to go thrifting again so I can look for these kind of t-shirts because I'm just bored. So I'm not bored, but you know, I'm just sitting around at home not thrifting. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, and have a great day.